an educator, a school leader, a public servant. She was an extraordinary person.
Having a mother like Lourdes or Quisumbing is a tough act to follow.
There was a kind of reverence and awe at the person that she is.
The 70s witnessed Miriam College, formerly Maryknoll, in a major transition when the Maryknoll sisters turned over the institution to its lay administrators. It was also the time that the institution suffered the loss of its first lay president.
In 1978, our first Filipino lay president, Dr. Paz Adriano, died suddenly. We didn't know what to do, where to turn. The Board of Trustees looked around and tried to find someone who could bring stability, continuity, and the leadership that they wanted to the school. And so they turned to Dr. Quisumbing. She was that person. She led our school for so many years, and we knew her to be an inclusive person, someone who brought people into the team and developed them, trusted them, and worked with them.
Dr. Quisumbing led the institution with renewed vitality as society faced martial law. Under her leadership, the institution established centers for peace, environment, equality, and justice for women, which today are recognized internationally. But her commitment to service did not remain in the confines of the private institutions she served. When she was asked to join the cabinet of President Corazon Aquino, she readily accepted the challenges that would come with the position. As Education Secretary, Dr. Quisumbing initiated the inclusion of values education in the school curriculum.
She introduced values education as a separate subject, as well as integration into the different subjects in high school. It is not only here in the Philippines, and in fact, we are aware that in other countries like Malaysia, Indonesia, and even China, okay, that kind of thinking in terms of having values education integrated into the curriculum was also followed based on the example that she gave. This was because as DEC's secretary towards the end of her term, she was a member of the UNESCO board in Paris, and this is where she was able to bring the contribution abroad as well. She introduced what you would call the holistic teaching learning cycle of values integration, which looked into three aspects: the thinking or the cognitive level or knowledge level, the affective or valuing level, and the acting or action level. And she said that for values integration or values education or values development to happen, the teaching learning cycle has to be complete. As the president of the UNESCO Asia Pacific Network for International Education and Values Education, she spearheaded the development of 4 source books based on Jacques Delors, the 4 pillars of learning.
But as many would say, a person is defined by his or her actions. And it takes someone truly grounded in her values to fight for values education at the time when it was rather unpopular.
One of the things that people will probably quote about her and from her is that values are caught rather than taught. When you say that she is the epitome of the values education that she espouses, it means that she has integrated it herself, this importance of values education. And Dr. Quisumbing has always been trying to be simple, even in the depth and the height of her wisdom. Dr. Quisumbing, with her insight and her person, shared a lot of freshness that water that is associated with her name is associated with too. Dr. Quisumbing is called Lourdes not for anything else except that there is freshness in her vision, there is life, which water brings. So we are a fortunate community.
She looked at things very holistically. She brought values education to our school as well as to the nation.
She was very committed, and she showed her love for the work, and she would always say, do what you love and love what you do, and you will be happy.